This is Holy Ghost Christian Center, New Jersey, the House of Stars, a place of refuge. You are welcome.
This morning, I just want to admonish us, and I've started in first service, making it happen. Tell somebody, making it happen. Tell somebody, everything you desire in 2019, it is your responsibility to make it happen. To be an error for you to be expecting somebody else to make it happen for you. And I want to challenge you, don't put your life in anybody's hand. God has made an avenue for you to rise. And we've tagged this year a year of harvest. Tell somebody, a year of harvest. I read a book to them in first service. I'm just going to read it and I will go to continue where I stopped in first service. I'm just going to paraphrase what I said in first service. The book of Exodus 14 verse 13 to 15. Exodus 14, 13 to 15. The children of Israel just left slavery. It was tough. Many of them doesn't even know why they are there. They just find themselves going through tough time, and it was very tough for them. They never knew why they're going through the problem they are going through in their life. And I don't know many of you that I've experienced. I've asked myself. I remember when we just got married, and first year, second year, fourth, fifth year, sixth year, 7 years, and I asked myself, who have I offended? I didn't offend anybody, but the baby just refused to come. And I just found out, what is wrong with me? And I've prayed, not that I'm committing sin. Now, I don't know many of you that have been in that shoe. Sometimes you just have to say, what's wrong with me? Am I the one that killed Jesus Christ? Sometimes we just have to wait, and sometimes you just have to wait upon God and be responsible. They found themselves in slavery. They're supposed to be for 400 years. Some of them don't even know what happened. Their parents messed up. It's Abraham that messed up and pulled everybody into bondage. Sometimes your parent will mess up, and if you are not careful and quickly pray against it, you reap the effect of their problems. And can I pray for you? Any effect of the problem of your parent, you will not reap it. You understand it. But in verse 13, they are going, and God have told they are going. Pharaoh intentionally let them go. First time he said they can go, but they should not take their kids. And Moses said, no. Do you know David is doing it at the same time? Many of you come to church, you leave your children. You don't have time for your children. That's what Pharaoh said. Your life can move forward, but leave your children behind, because they know that your children is your future. Now, many of you don't spend time on your children. Don't spend time for their future. Can buy expensive thing, but you are not investing for the future. How many people have investment for their children here? Your investment account for your children? Only few. After this service, go and open an account for your children. After this service, go and open an account for your what? Even the one you have not yet born. I'm serious. Open an account for them. Don't touch it. There are online banking. There's banking account. There's NIG accounting online. You can't just rush and take the money. If you say you need money, it will take them 3 days to transfer that money to you. Open an account for them. If it's every month you are putting $20 there. Now, it's very important. And he said, but Moses told the people, and I'm reading from verse 13 now. I've started already. Do not be afraid. It gave them confidence. Stand firm, and you will see the Lord's salvation, which it will accomplish for you today. For the Egyptian, the problem you saw in 2018, you will never see them again. That's what Moses told them. That's somebody, I will not see them again. And the problem I saw last year, I will not see it this year. And why Moses finished saying that to them, God responded. So them said, the Lord will fight for you. Anywhere you cannot go, the Lord will go for you. But even though God will fight for you, he said something very powerful. You need only to be still. To be still means to prepare yourself. To be still means that you also need to do some job. I'm not the only one that will be focusing. I'm not the only one that will prepare. You also have to prepare. See what he said in verse 15. Said, the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to go forward. That's somebody, I'm going forward. Now they go there, they begin to cry. Moses said, God, why do you brought to her? There's a Red Sea. And God said, why are you crying to me? I've told you to go forward. This 2019, nothing will stop you. Red Sea will not stop you. Your friends will not stop you. I'll tell yourself, I will not stop myself. And verse 16, very powerful. I read verse 16, I begin to think about it. I said, and as for you, Moses, this God speaking now, lift up your staff. And this have to do with you that are fathers in this place, leaders in this place, mothers in this place. Lift up your hands and stretch out your hand. Go beyond your limit. Do beyond what you can do. Everything about your life is not about you, it's about other people. You have to stretch out. Don't just stand still. Don't just believe that the blessing will come to you. Step out in faith. Be strong. And he said, over the sea and divide it. You see, if your family will do well this year, it's in your hand. If you will do well this year, it's in your hand. Don't wait for normal thing. Go extraordinary. Stretch out your faith. Stretch out your belief. Prepare to take what is impossible for other people. Prepare to run. Prepare to fly. Prepare to do something new. When people tell you it's not possible, tell them it's possible. Stretch out your hand. And he says something very powerful, so that the Israelites can go through the sea on dry ground. You see, it's better to go on dry ground than swimming, than putting yourself in trouble. God wants you to move forward, but you have part to play in it. God wants your life to be great, but you have part to play in it. If you must have harvest, you must begin to determine what type of seed am I going to plant. Because your harvest will determine what type of seed we have to play. You have to sow. When we're talking about seeding, many of you always think it's money. Money is not seeding all the time. Your education is a seed. You know why our parents say, go to school now, so that tomorrow you will not be begging. The reason why they say that, be careful, don't get pregnant now, you are still just 17. The reason is that it's painful at that 17, and if you do it at 16, 17, and you don't have a job, become a liability. And sometimes it's not that easy. The reason why parents are so concerned that try all your best and become what you can become. Because I don't know how long I can sustain you. Most of the time, you are thinking your parent will be longer, they will stay longer, and they die suddenly. And all those friends you thought your father have, your mother have, is when you have problem, you know that they are not friends indeed. Because they also have their problem they need to take care of. And husband, make sure your wife also is doing great. Some of you say you can't be working. And some of you want your wife to be doing menial job. You're not ready to support them to do something great. And you have 5 kids. Suddenly something happened to you. You'll be taking care of those kids. Your wife also. It's only cooking you like. Time have changed. Season have changed. Build up your career. Be strong. Somebody should not tell you all your life should be in the kitchen. And the result you brought from Igbora, that's what you are using here. Tune yourself. Make yourself add more value to yourself. And I'm so concerned about this very well. And that's why we try hard in 2019 that we want to force everybody to do something great. Now, we want to be working with the youth. If you are from 19 to 25, we want to be working with you. If you are from 26 upward, you are, every one of you above that, you are in tab group, supposed to be part of it. It's good to form those groups, to come to those programs, so that you can hear something new, you can empower your mind, you can move your life forward. So the type of harvest you're looking for will determine the type of seed you are going to sow. Seed means what you sow, the time you give to your education, the time you put time to your financial life. What type of planning do you have in place? Those are seed. So that's seed. If you don't plan your life, the life of your children today, tomorrow you might have to cry because you have to carry them. While they are still 26, they are still coming to beg for you for money. While they are still 27, they are still coming to beg you. Mommy, I need money. Uncle, I need help. No, don't carry. Let them be able to stand on their own. Now, force them now. Start teaching them how to cook now. That will be Indomie. And Chinese only. When they marry now, they'll be looking for recipe for... No, some young girl cannot cook. How can you be 21 years old, 19 years old? It's Indomie. Say, will you eat pasta? Pasta. If pasta is what everybody's in, it's okay. Sow the seed now so that they can be grown and be mature. It is your responsibility. 2019 is not waiting. Do you know today? What's today's date? When do we start this year? It's running. Tell somebody it's running. Tell somebody it's running. And that is why David said something in Psalm 27 verse 4. He said, one thing I've asked from the Lord one thing I want God to do for me, one thing I'm praying for. He knows what he wants. He mapped out how he's going to get it. He said also one thing, this one thing I desire from you. That means I focus my attention on it. I pay my attention to it. So this year you have to pay attention to what you want God to do for you. You have to pay attention to your life. You have to be focused. You have to look straight. You must not allow distraction to take your life. Because there are power that will distract you from where you are going. There are power that want to hold you down. Devil doesn't come. Have you ever seen devil before? How many people have seen devil before? How many people have seen devil before? If per the description of the Bible of devil, devil is not an ugly guy. Jeremiah said he's the morning star. Now, if you look at the description, he's a guy you see, you love. He's a guy, the Bible said, when devil is performing in his realm as a devil, everything in heaven bow. And that's what makes him and said that if everything can bow to me, God himself can bow to me. Read your Bible very. It's not the Bible's calling him a morning star. It's a star. It's not just the 200 normally. That's what this painting they gave to you. No, it's not. When devil come, he doesn't come. Distraction doesn't announce himself. So you must prepare. That's why they prepare. David said, to me, another thing I desire is to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. Dwelling means to settle with God, to sit with God. In 2019, if your life will move for God, you need to find time to sit with God, to learn from God, to be in his presence. It's something very powerful that I'm going through. I'm just reviewing what I said in first service. And the reason why you need God, you need to be in his presence for protection, for strength. Because if you look up to man, man can disappoint you, but God can strengthen you. You need him for protection. Man cannot protect you. You need him for connection. Nobody likes to help anybody. Can I say that again? Nobody likes to help anybody. If anybody have ever helped you, God have touched their heart to help you. So you need God to touch people's hearts to help you. You need God to touch people how to lift you up. It's not about your prayer. It's God helping you. It's very important. And he said in the book of John 15:5, he says, separating yourself from me, you can do nothing. So in 2019, you can't separate yourself from God. You need more of God. That's when I need more of God. The third thing David said in Psalm 27 verse 4, said that to gaze on the beauty of the Lord, that means to dwell in his holiness, to abstain from sin, to be like God, to be like God. You want to be like God. God is powerful. To be like God, nothing should stop you. God is so powerful. You are created in his image. To be like God, to have the common sense of God, to have the spirit of God, to run away from things that will make you do things that will make God to run away from you, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord. And the last thing he said, and seek him in his temple. I pray this year you will find time to seek God. Okay, you will find time to seek God. There are a few things I want us to manage this morning. If you will gain your access into your harvest, you must learn how to manage your time. That's some of the time. Say that to yourself, time. Your time needs to be properly managed. If devil wants to mess you up, it will mess up your time. The same time, 24 hours that is allotted to poor people, the same thing allotted to who? We have the same time. So, but some people use their own differently. Some people use their own in another way. Some people use their own in gossiping. Some people use their own in investing. So any time that you don't invest, what are you doing with it? You are wasting. You don't spend time, you invest time. You don't spend it, you invest it. When you don't invest it, devil will use it and mess up your destiny. How do I start to manage my seed and time and harvest? Number one, write out everything you want to become this year. Write it out. Write it out. Look at it. That's what the book of Habakkuk says. Write it out. Type of harvest you want. Tell the Lord, this is the harvest I want. By March 2019, I want 20,000 in my account. So it's doable. Is it doable? It's doable. Check how much you are making. Check what you are paying for rent. Check what you are paying for bill. You can better yourself. I'm not buying any clothes from now till March. Let me focus on the one I have. Tell yourself, no Chinese, no McDonald's for the next 3 months. And all the money, intentionally, the money you will use for it, be putting it somewhere else. If that is a seed, and you want to see the harvest in next 3 months. Or you tell yourself, in my school, I want to have haze. I want to do extraordinary things. I want to get connected. Intentionally, you have to write out your harvest. Then you begin to pick your seed. Those that normally farm, they're expecting, I want to plant orange, I want to plant apple. They go out and buy orange seed, apple seed, pineapple seed. The same thing, you must discover what type of harvest am I looking for. Because the harvest I'm looking for might be different from your own harvest. Oh, my own harvest might be that I want to have 4 houses this year. Could be here, could be anywhere. And my goal is that, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? How am I going to say? Who am I need to connect to? Who need to help me to manage it? What do I need to do? You are planning, you want to buy a house this year by October. It's a seed in your heart. So from the seed you outline, this is harvest that I want. I want a new house. Find out how much will the closing cost me? What will I need to put together? If my credit is messed up, can I manage it and make it better in the next 4 months? So those are the things, write it out. What do you have to do? What skill do I need to acquire this year? It's very important. Not just pray, Lord, help me, help me. God said, what do I help you? You've got to 2019. What else do you want me to do? Lord, help me, help me. God said, I've helped you. You are breathing. Lord, help me, help me. You are eating. Oh, help me, help me. I make you sleep yesterday night and you woke up. I've helped you. Help yourself. Help yourself. This year is a year you have to make a decision on how to move forward. We're ending a decade this year. By next year, it's another 2020. It's another decade entirely. We're entering a new realm entirely. So you can't waste this year. Tell somebody, I will not waste this year. Tell somebody, nothing will waste my year. So you need to know that. And if you have put all these things together, now begin to think of how to manage your life. You see, you yourself, your life is an accumulation of time. A month become what? A year. A month, we get a month from where? A week. And we got week from what? Days. And we call one day from what? And we call an hour from what? So your accumulation of time. So if anybody want to waste your time, call you on the phone talking about himself. Talking about himself. I started it since December. When I pick call, I'm a pastor, so I will pick your call. And I'll pray for you. If what you are saying is not profitable in 10 minutes, I tell you I call you back. And many of you have known that I won't call you back. Yeah, someone comes and says, Pastor, you didn't come. I said, I didn't come because what you are saying is irrelevant. I ask you, what do you want us to do? Say, you don't know. A second time, what do you want us to do? You don't know. So when you know what you want to do, call me. And sometimes many of you come to us for advice. You know what you want to do. And while we're telling you, we are saying, you should do this. You say, but Pastor, I'm thinking this way. So if you know you are thinking this, why are you asking me? I just look at my time, it's 10 minutes. I said, can I call you back? And I drop the phone. How to do? Your time, your life is about time. You don't allow people waste your time. There are people, they are not devil, but devil will take them up to waste your life. You don't have business with them. They say, follow me to the mall. What are you going to do in the mall? Do you have any business doing the mall? Some of them, it's not your party. They are going to party in Chicago. You will buy ticket and follow them. Some of them say, I will buy your ticket. You are going to Chicago. Waste a whole day, 2 days, just to go and drink wine. Can't you buy wine there and drink? And you waste your life. Many times it's not God that is wasting your life. It's devil and you. Someone said, Pastor, I don't know how money run away. I said, Auntie, how much are you making? When he said how much he's making money. Do you know that how much you are making is enough? If you don't do more than yourself. So but I said, he said, this kid, they have to drink juice every day. Do you have to buy juice? There's water. Let them drink water. Stop buying juice. Let them drink water. It looks fake. So, do you know what Paul said in the book of Ephesians 5:16? He said, making the most of every opportunity that you are, because the days are full of evil. When I was reading verse 15, it said, pay carefully attention. I'm reading Ephesians 5, verse 15. It said, pay careful attention, then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise. Verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are full of evil. Verse 17, let's read 17 together. Said, therefore, do not be foolish, but understanding what the Lord will. Anytime that you don't invest, you are wasting. Tell somebody, I will not waste my time. Tell somebody beside, I will not waste your time. You also must not waste my time. Now, God was talking to Job when Job was complaining. He said, stop complaining. He said, listen to me. Man that is born of woman is of a few days and full of trouble. There are few things you need to do to manage your time. I gave them 2 in the first service. Let me give you the remaining one. The first one I gave them is place value on your own time. If you don't place value on you, nobody will place value on it for you. Are you getting it? If you don't know what you want in 2019, everybody will give you what they want. Now, if somebody said, follow me, say, what are you going to do? Ask the person. Somebody will say, I love you, I want to marry you. Why do you want to marry me? Yeah. Because you have to be purposeful in everything. Place value on your life. Don't just come and play with my life. Now, some people can play with your emotion and play with you. And some of you don't know when people are reading you. Not there are some guy that can read your emotion. You don't know. I'm a guy. There are some ladies also that can read your emotion. Do you know your children read on your emotion? They know that if I can cry a little bit, you will suffer. Some of them will not cry. Leave him, let him cry. By the time the child finds that he cried, today he didn't do anything. Tomorrow he will do this. The kid said, this mother, it's not getting this thing. We want to kill me. But the moment the emotion comes, you quickly start running. The same thing happened to you. You are too emotional in spending. Some of you are emotional spending. You see a cloth. Hey, this cloth is good. It's beautiful. What is beautiful in it? You are driving and they said they are doing, what are they doing, man? They said they are doing finance. What is finance sale? They've calculated your life with their finance sale. They said they are doing clearance. What is clearance? And you still have 5 clothes you have never wear. They are doing, which clearance are they doing? I've been here since 2000. There's a store on Route 22. They've been doing liquidation. I took my kids, I went there on Friday. They're still doing liquidation. I drove since 2000, May 7th, 2018 years. Said they are fine. They are doing liquidation. So you just, they are liquidating everything. And you just go there, go and buy. They know what they are doing. If they are doing liquidation for 18 years, when we now dare to close down? Somebody is planning to be crazy, to be mad in 18 years. When will it start flying? Place value on your time. If you don't place value on your time, other people will place value for you. Number 2, be goal-oriented. Be goal in everything you want to do, because your time is as valuable as your goal. What is the plan you have to achieve your goal this year? Your desire this year. Brother David said, one thing I desire from God. And he outlined how he have to achieve it. He said, I have to stay in the presence of the Lord. I need to be in his presence. I want to be gazing him. I want to be like him, to have power like him. But Paul said that I may be like him as the power that raised the dead. I want to know the power that raised him dead. To know him and the power that bring him to life. I need to know that power. You have to be like God. Outline, be goal-oriented in everything you are doing. Not everybody should be your friend. Friendship is by choice. In 2019, everyone that have never had value to you in 2018, put them aside. Let them get angry at you. The anger is just for 2 days. Say, John, you didn't call me. I'm busy. Oh, won't you hang out with boys? No. I have life to live. Especially if you are married. Stop hanging out in parties. Going to clubs. Leave your home and going to clubs. Move your life forward. This is 2019. Don't just put your life in any. God doesn't have problem in pouring blessing on you. He have problem with how will you manage it. Say, if I give it to you, will you be able to manage it? He gave problem one blessing to one guy and he couldn't manage it. He said, God, I know you are wicked. Your blessing, I just brought it back to you the way it is. God said, you are a fake servant. I lost. Inflation has met up with that one blessing. For that whole year that I gave it to you, if you have put it in the bank, interest, but you hold it in your hand, you didn't invest anything on it, and you are bringing it back to me. You bring less than what I gave to you. Do you know many of you God have invested on you? In 2019, don't keep it to yourself. Pour out. God wants to see if you'll be responsible before I give you the harvest you are looking for. God doesn't have problem blessing you with $10,000. But his fear is that won't you use it for a week? Week. Don't worry. Number 3. Eliminate distraction. Tell somebody, eliminate distraction. The word distraction means to pull you away from where you are going. To what? To pull you away from where you are going. I normally travel once a while to Africa. And when I travel, everybody will come with help. I need this, I need this. And that happened to me only twice. And I found that anytime you go, the problem never ends. The first time, it was so sympathetic. You are crying, you are crying. So the second time I wipe my face, everybody is crying. Why am I crying? The same time I met them last year, the same time they are still this year. If it doesn't change last time, it can't change. So I stop a lot of things. Some say, Pastor, I didn't even remember that. You remember me. Why is it only me that will be remembering you? You have to eliminate anything that will distract your plan in this life. You are now in America, not in Asia, not in Dominican, not in London, not in Africa. Can you manage your blessing instead of you pouring money home anyhow? And your people here are struggling. Your wife are struggling. Your husband is struggling. Your children are struggling. You've not paid your bills. PSNG is running after you. And one uncle is sending you. And if you don't send it, won't you take care of your life here and save and have life here? Eliminate distraction. Anything that will not benefit your life, run away from it. Anything that will not move your life forward, eliminate of him. Know that distraction doesn't announce himself. It will never. They look enticing. They sound enticing. But before you run after it, tell yourself, Joseph, if you do this in next 3 years, what will be your outcome? What will be your benefits? What are you going to gain? If I meet people within 5 minutes, I will know if they will not benefit my life. 5 minutes. This year, 5 minutes. When you meet people, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you go for interview, for them to hire you, just only take 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know if you know that. 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes. There's interview they did one time. I did with them in SS Green. Now we were eating food. They want to come and eat food. And when before we start food, we start pouring salt. Not even taste the food. They're looking at you. You are not even ready to listen to other. You don't even taste it. You don't even hear other. Not those things. They bring you for food interview. Say we're having dinner interview. And when you did it, you quickly start eating. You didn't watch out the person that want to interview you. Did he take water before you start drinking water? Look at you if you're a team player or not. You need to learn. Eliminate anything that will distract you from your helper. Your attitude. Start eliminating some attitude in you. Some of your attitude will not let people help you. That's somebody that will be helped. Number 4, prioritize what you are doing. Not everything in life demand equal time. Not everything in life demand equal attention. Not everything in life demand all your energy. Where you're supposed to spend 3 minutes, don't start spending 20 minutes there. Learn how to say "no" sometime in your life. It won't kill you. They will only talk for 2 things. And the reason why people talk at your back because they are too afraid of you. You are too loaded. Don't be afraid of people gossiping at your back. You are too good. I get it. When you hear that they talk at your back, tell them I'm too good. And be happy that they talk at your back. Don't fight them. When you see them, say, thank you for talking at my back because they are proclaiming your goodness. Prioritize what you are doing. What do I need to do first this year? Today is January 6th. What do I need to do in the next 3 months? Sit down and outline it. It is therefore your responsibility to prioritize your life. Don't put your life on anybody. Don't put your life on one prophet. You are a prophet. The veil has been removed. Go on your knees sometime and pray. It doesn't matter how you pray. There's no special way to pray. Close your eyes, open your eyes, tell just God. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I need your direct direction. I want you to talk to me. Thank you, Lord. And you move. And wait if he will not talk to you. You don't need to do until you do. But your part, you need to pray. You need also to talk to God yourself. You have authority. There is power in your tongue. There is power in your life. That's something that will make it. Let me ask you, if you have 6 months to live, what will you do first? They say you have 6 months to live. Anything you have to do, do it now. If you have to go to schools, go now. Stop waiting down until you have money. If you have to marry, marry now. I was making analysis for some people that are still waiting for marriage. Let me say it again. Though somebody is 30 years old, say, when will you get married? Say, Pastor, there's no money yet. So maybe in next 4, 5, 7 years, you'll be 35. So when you finish, when you are 50 like me, and your firstborn will be struggling to finish school, don't wait. There are something people do when they don't have common sense. Everything is calculated risk. Calculate your life. You want your children to be doing well when you are doing well. Not when you are 85. The boy is trying to finish school. Now they were 4 days in California. We now have to manage you to enter plane. They said the air is blocked. So, and your child will just say, Mommy, don't worry. Stay. We will Skype. We will be looking at us. We will Skype you. Marry now. Marry now. Don't wait till you are 47. Stop going to people's house to be eating jollof rice. Marry now. Marry now. Do you know that there's some blessing will not come to you until you marry? Many of you have never noticed that. You see, we're not the same. There are some people that need to join your life to make your life meaningful. That's why I said 2 are better than 1. If you come from a hard foundation, it's not a hard work that brings blessing. I've noticed that not hard work that brings blessing. Then the blessing of the Lord maketh rich without adding what? You need common sense and skill and knowledge. Many of us struggle because there is no knowledge. Your understanding were myopic. You are not looking well. Some of you are also choosing. You are choosing wrongly. Don't choose anybody anyhow. Choose with goal or it's okay. Don't get angry. Not everybody that is smiling on this altar is good for you as a wife. Because I'm now singing and speaking to you, that pastor is good for me as a husband. Lie, 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 lie until you know me very well. Lie. Will the person match my glory? Will it match where I'm going? Because we're going different places. Because before you marry person, before you start adding yourself business with people, if this person join my business, hope will not wreck me down. Some people are waster. You join them with your business. Have you ever made friends with people? The moment you meet them, everything about your life start going down. So be very careful. Number 5, write things down. Tell somebody to write things down. Some of you always think you are too wise. Write things down. Write things down. Write things down. Your brain is too big. There's a lot of things going on in your brain. We've not even used half of it. But write things down so that I can be in shape. And number 6, redeem the time. Listen to me. If you have wasted time last year and things are behind last year, this year move faster than others. Don't copy other people. Don't copy other people to do things. You see, when opportunity comes, quickly run after it. Look for information. Ask questions. Why other people are sleeping? Don't sleep. People sleep for 8 hours. You sleep for 6 hours. 2 hours. Look for information. Talk to counselor. Talk to her. That's why this year we plan that we have people that can counsel you. We have people that can guide you. That's why we're having all those themes that we have youth, young adult meeting. We can guide you. We can tell you what you need to do. We have the TAP group, which is we have 26 to 40. We can tell you, don't do this. This is what we do. This is what is going on. Information is very crucial to your progress. Tell somebody this year you will not miss it. So redeem the time. Redeem the time. Find out where your time goes. Find out what wastes your time. Keep your environment tidy. Find out what normally take your, if it's TV. I'm not saying you should not watch TV. I love TV. I love watching Chinese film, movie. I love action movie. And I love going to movie. I love going to restaurants. I love traveling. One of my hobbies is traveling. I love it. But everything needs to be planned. For this year, I've planned. I'm inviting everybody in August for a party. August 17. Plan. Yeah, my wife has planned it. Plan. Yeah, she has planned. Vacation. Plan it. Plan it ahead of time. You don't need to waste money. You know that you are going for vacation in July. Don't wait till July before you buy ticket. Buy it now when it's cheap. Plan. That's why they plan your destiny. You want to start building house. You want to buy land. You want to buy houses. Start planning it now. Redeem the time. Your time to manifest is very important, but you have to plan it. That's why I will not waste my time. Let me give you 2 reasons why people miss their time and waste their harvest. Sin. Tell somebody sin. Now, Isaiah 59 said, what sin does is to separate you from God. And can I come again? Sin is fornication, all those one, but the biggest sin is when you don't fulfill your destiny. Genesis 1:26, come, let us make man in our own image, so that they can have what? Dominion. It is your responsibility to take what you have. You are too loaded. There's so much power in you. There's so much grace in you. There's so much anointing in you. Many of you don't know how great you are. You don't know how anointed you are. You had some bad dream and you are still living. Some people have those bad dreams and they die. Bible says, he that keepeth thee is not sleeping nor slumber. You are too loaded. You say sin, when you begin to do things that are contrary to God's will, one of the things it does, it makes God to step back from you. And when you don't hear from God, you will hear almost all the time from man. You need to hear from God for divine direction. Your life is not in the hand of man, it's in the hand of God. What we call sin is God separating himself from you. And you don't want God to separate himself from you. That's why David said, I want to be in your presence. Even when I mess up, Lord, I want to be in presence of you. So that if I mess up, you can correct me. Sin can make you to miss your harvest and your time. Number 2, ignorance. Ignorance of where you are going. Ignorance of your expectation. Some of you want to marry this year. But have you found out what you need to do to marry? The way you need to look. You don't need to look half naked. But you can look pretty nice. You need to check yourself. Did I have body odor? Did I have mouth odor? All those simple things you don't know. People want to hug you. By the time they are coming, they have to run back 2 steps. It looks like a joke, but those are little. The way you talk. Some people just love you, but the way you talk. Say, if I marry this guy, she will talk me down. If I marry this girl, she won't move me forward. Some of you know that you want to talk like, but you want to call people when you start behaving like other people. Let me say, hey, if you are behaving like this, let me run away from you. Listen to me. Your character is very important. Be careful. Don't be ignorant of who you are. Bible says, my people are not perished because of witchcraft. So you are bigger than witchcraft. You are bigger than household enemy. But because they are ignorance, they don't have knowledge of where they are going. They don't have knowledge on the journey they are going through. You see, the journey of 2019, even though it looks great, there are challenges, there are obstacles, there are things that want to pull you down. You must not be ignorant. That's why don't be ignorant. Number 3, laziness. Laziness. Don't be lazy. That's something beside you. Don't be lazy. I want to challenge you. Be coming to night vigil. Night vigil is not meant for witchcraft. It's meant for us to pray. Bible said, at midnight, the giants prevail. Wisdom come at midnight. You may not just come here. 1 midnight at a month. In a month, 1 midnight. Come, let us pray together. You are a child of God. If you are a child of herbalist, you will pay the price. But if you are a child of God, prayer should not be things that you are running from. Bible says Jesus that you are calling upon, pray for 40 days and 40 nights, fasting. So you must not be running away for prayer. Let things of God be things that you will love to do. Involve in it. It won't kill you. Don't listen to people that are telling you that are you the one that killed Jesus Christ. You don't know what they depend on. You depend on God. Are you getting it? You depend on God. Do what God. Don't be lazy about your destiny. If you have to study, study. If you have to sacrifice your time for where you are going. Number 4, lack of direction. Tell somebody direction. You need direction this year. Search for information. Ask people that have gone ahead. How did you do it? What do I need to do? If you need people that will counsel you on things, let us know. We ask them. They have a lot of people that can counsel you. We've set up a team that will be counseling you. You need it. Let us know. We ask them. They will counsel. They will direct you. You are not alone. That's money. You are not alone. That's why we make it this year. Another one is wrong company. Choose your company this year. Choose people that you will work with. Anywhere you are going, choose people that have gone along the road. Or choose people that are going towards that side and work together and talk together to be wrong that you are going to Maryland and you are talking to the person that is going to where again? Not, oh, they could be the same way. Texas. Maryland go to Texas. Okay, you are going to Boston. And you now start going to following person going to Maryland. Two different ways. So that you not meet. You need people that you have the same pregnancy. Bible said when Mary saw Elizabeth, Bible said the baby in them leaped for joy. Said we carry the same destiny. Not everybody you must walk with this year. At some time, I'm sorry to say this, we might be in the same church. I'm not your enemy. But I might not have to be sharing all my story with you. God, we are not going the same place. You must know where you are going. Another thing that can affect you to miss your harvest is unbelief. They said it in I like the word, they said, what do you call it? What do you call the sickness? Schizophrenia. That is schizo. Unbelief. One of the dangerous things that can mess up your prayer is unbelief. I want you to build your faith. You see, there is anything your heart is, and you have prayed to believe God that will do it. Don't let any bastard devil discourage you. I said something in the first place. There are some people that have been here for long that their life never moved forward. They are not telling you that when we go here it is tough. Tell them when you go here it is tough. Not for me. Reject it immediately. Reject it. So my home will go forward. Look for people that their home go forward. Stop looking for the people that they struggle. They said when we came here, it's security we do. That's not for you. Tell them that's for you. That's not for me. You can change the direction of your life. Are you getting it? There are people that go here and things were easy for you. You need them to talk to you. Let them start talking to your heart, because the person that talks to you will determine how far you will go. Are you getting it? Tell somebody my life will go forward. Last one, fear. Tell somebody fear. Don't allow fear. It's the dangerous thing. I gave a testimony this morning. Said I'm afraid to give my tithe, and as I gave it, in 3 days, fear. So I was just afraid. Many of you, the reason why you can't rise is fear. You are afraid. How are you afraid? Do you know who is in you? Christ in you, the hope of glory. You see, somebody was asking me last week Sunday in the house. Said, Pastor, what gives you the courage? Are you not afraid of the building you want to buy? I'm not afraid. The people that are doing it doesn't have two heads. Did they have two heads? The president of France, how old is he? 36. Did they have two heads? Obama that became president, how old was he then? Did he have two heads? They don't have two heads. I just heard about a young guy that is very young. They said he's 27 now. The first billionaire. They were talking about him recently. Did he have two heads? What caused you not to be blessed? What caused your children not to rise? We can rise. In 2019, we will rise. In 2019, our children will rise. In 2019, our life will move forward. So please, don't listen to the lie of the devil. Encourage yourself. No fear. And God said, I have not given you the spirit of fear. I've given you the spirit of boldness. Be bold. Do it. There's nothing wrong. When you do it, it doesn't work. Try another method. Now, the light you are enjoying, they said the guy tried it 1,000 times. And it didn't work. But he didn't kill himself. We're enjoying the light. Try it again. Somebody said it's not good for you. Telling me it's not good for you. It's good for me. I will try it again. Have you ever seen lizard when he wants to climb the wall? When he fall down, he will shake. He said, I've tried. Let me try again. When he fall, said, at least I try again. He will try again. When he now got up, he will now look down. Wow. Rise up on your feet. On your feet. This is your year. This is your year. Tell somebody, this is my year. Tell somebody, this is my year. Tell somebody, I will manifest my glory. Tell somebody, my life will move forward. Nothing will stop me. For 1 minute, can you lift up your voice to heaven and begin to talk to God concerning your expectation?